Hello and welcome to Channels Book Club. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. It's always great to be on this show where we discuss books. And we've got one for you this week. The Visa Whisperer. I mean, before we come to this, you know, so many Nigerians in the last few years have traveled or left the country either permanently or to study. And of course, every year, many Nigerians travel around the world just to have maybe holidays or visit people or go on business, whatever. So many reasons to travel. People have various reasons for traveling. But getting a visa is tricky, can be tricky, especially when you consider certain countries. Some countries, it's very difficult to get visas going to those countries. Some other ones, it's relatively easier. But however way you look at it, the whole exercise of trying to get a visa to make a trip can be daunting, can be very complex for people. And many people are denied visas every day, every single day in the various embassies in Nigeria. But how do you ensure that you minimize failure chances when it comes to applying for visas? Now, that's a very important subject, I believe, I think. And our guest for today, over the years, has done extensive work helping people to understand the process of visa application and increasing their chances of getting their visas when they apply. It's a very interesting subject. Therefore, when I saw this book titled The Visa Whisperer, Tips and Secrets from Immigration Experts, our author for today is the author of this book that I know you will find interesting. Let's meet with her and then dig in. Enjoy this.
Morounke Orunesajo is an expert in visa, immigration, and education consulting. Orunesajo is the lead consultant at Sofit Agency Limited, formerly Zach.
Morounke, nice to have you on Channels Book Club.
Happy to be here too. Thank you for having me.
Unique name.
Yeah. My name is Morounke. My surname is Orunesajo.
Orunesajo.
Yeah.
That means...
it's not foreign. Heaven is not foreign.
Heaven is not foreign. Mm-hmm. That's a very unique name. I'm sure there are not many people with that name.
Anytime I hear the name, I know it's someone related.
It has to be a family.
If I haven't met them.
Fantastic. Yeah. The Visa Whisperer, Tips and Secrets from Immigration Experts. We'll dive into this, but the backstory is interesting. You were a visa specialist.
Yes.
For how many years?
I started as a consular clerk in 1998.
Where?
At the U.S. Embassy.
U.S. Embassy.
Yeah. I mean, I walked into that place on June 8, 1998, and it was a different world entirely. Hundreds of thousands of people hanging about at the entrance of the embassy. Everybody wanting a way in to go for this visa interview. I almost ran back home. I'd never seen that many people, yes. And I didn't know anything about visas too. But I went through a lot of training, and I got into the specialist part of this visa thing just because of the way people were coming every day. You are very lucky if you go to the embassy and you hear yes or you hear no. But if you hear, oh, come back, we want to find out some things, you do not know the kind of bureaucracy behind that. You will be coming every Wednesday. So seeing those people coming every day.
Frustrated.
Yes, frustrated. I asked someone
anxious.
One day. Yes. So I asked someone one day, why do we keep asking them to return? And it's like, oh, there are so many things. There are visa laws guiding this thing, and nobody is trying to. So I said, so who is going to attend to these people? So that person asked me a question. Her name was Susan Callan. Said, can you help after office hours? And I said, yes. That was my beginning into the foray of visa laws and this diplomacy.
Before we get there, what was your day-to-day work like? I mean, can you explain in practical terms?
Around that 1998, we didn't have appointment system. People show up, as many people as wanted one day. They would show up in the morning. We would, maybe they may be like 1,000, and want like 160 people to come in, or 200.
Out of 1,000?
Oh, yes. I used to be so scared for pregnant women because, I mean, we'll be passing them on the heads of people just to get them out of the crowd. It was horrible. They'll come in and we'll do what we call data entry. But that time, forms used to be filled manually.
Manually.
So we had to input the forms of about 200 to 250 people per day. So each consular clerk would do like 50. Around 1 p.m., we would rush out again to do what we call drop box. I mean, people that had traveled before, people that wanted to renew their visas. There was another intake around that one. By the time you got home at 4 p.m., I closed at 4 p.m., you're all talked out. You couldn't.
This is interesting. Inside, you're giving us insider. I mean, we will just go to the embassy and. Okay, so at that time, I mean, back then, there was never any guarantee. If you went to the U.S. embassy or any other, embassy. There was never really any. There was, like you said, there used to be so many people, and there was never really any guarantee that you will have your interview done back then. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah.
It was manual, very manual.
There was, I mean, those 160, 250 people that were lucky to get in. Some people spent the night outside the U.S. embassy for weeks.
The night?
Yes.
For weeks?
Yeah. And there would be no way to
sleeping outside or where?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And one day they will be lucky. There was also a lot of corruption, paying the guards, paying people, just to be able to get in. You do not know what will, happen after you are in. I mean, it does not guarantee that you get a visa or anything, but getting in was number one hurdle.
Okay, now from the perspective of you, visa officers, visa specialists, I mean, like you just described now, it was stressful. It was a lot of work, right?
A lot of work.
Did that used to reflect on how you responded to people? I mean, if I came to you and it was your lowest point,
yeah, I would
likely be very unlucky, right?
I would have loved to say, I mean, maybe it didn't affect the officers. We didn't do the interviews. We just got people ready for the interviews. I would have loved to say it didn't affect them, but it would not be the truth, because honestly, Nigerians just kept coming. They just kept coming. They just kept coming.
Was that out of our desperation to get out?
Oh, yeah. And around that time, we had a lot of issues too with documentation with, Nigerians. If someone was refused today, they'll just go and get another passport and show up tomorrow, the next day, the very next day.
Really?
You will be 100% sure that you saw this person yesterday, and the very next day, they were there again. They just go to Alagoon and get another passport and show up again. So I don't sometimes blame the frustration of the consular officers and those of us that were just there supporting them. It was terrible till someone thought about the appointment system.
Okay. And I guess that is also what motivated you to eventually put all those experiences and knowledge into this book, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about, let's get into the visa risk.
A lot more people than the people that come to my office. I wanted to reach a lot more people. I can see that a lot of these people are genuine. They just do not understand the process. So I thought, what could I do? And what finally pushed me to writing this book, honestly, is because of a client that died, that had gone for medical, that helped to process a visa to go for medical in the United States. And I kept asking, I saw that she was spending, because some of the things that you should know is that the validity of your visa does not mean that if they wrote 2 years there, that you should just go there and go and spend 2 years. Or that when you go to the port of entry and they give you 6 months, that you would just, and even when those 6 months are getting, you're getting to the end of there's something that you should do.
Really?
So I thought, yeah, you should extend that visa. Even if you're still undergoing medical, you should extend that visa. So I called and I said, he said, oh, the doctor said that, I'm in a clinical trial. There's no need for to extend the visa. Of course, when she came home for a family function, after she had overstayed, and she went for another interview to go back, of course, the consular officer, it's like you are tying their hands. There's no way if you had overstayed that they will give you another visa and say, okay, go back. So she stayed back here, and within 2 months, she was gone. So when that happened...
Because she was denied visa.
Yes, because she couldn't... Yes, she was denied visa to return.
She had overstayed the first time.
Yes.
So when she wanted to go back, she was denied visa.
Yes.
And then she died.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I now said, let me do something for the public. Let me put some tips. Let me put some... Know about visa validity. Know about when you've been issued, what you're supposed to do. Another thing that's very common here that makes people know about refusals, that there are different categories. A no today might be temporary. There are some no's that are permanent. If you do some stuff. So that's why I now said, let me put some tips together for the public.
And that was how this book came about.
Yes.
It is a one-stop, it's a handbook.
Yes, sir.
Because I can see here that you covered almost everything.
Yes.
So, let me leave you to describe what the reader will find in here.
Okay. Number one, they will find what visas are.
What is a visa? Yeah.
They will find the use. They will find the process that is very important from the applicant side.
Okay.
It's important to the consular officer side too, but once he has said no, he can go home and go and sleep. But the person that he said no to can maybe have an illness, may not be able to go to school like they wanted to, may not be able to visit their family members. So they'll find what is expected.
Processes, expectations.
Yes, insights, practical insights, guidance, or to what is expected of them when they want to apply for a visa. No matter what category of visa, whether it is immigrant, whether it is non-immigrant, the book would tell them what the consular officer expects of them when they are going to the embassy. Yes.
Interesting. Okay. In practical terms, what you just summarized right now, let's see. Chapter 1, understanding, you called it the visa maze.
Yes.
It is a maze indeed.
It looks like a maze to the applicants. It looks like a maze. The forms can be terrifying sometimes. The questions asked on the form sometimes. The applicant
visa forms can be intimidating at times. So many things.
Yes. And the reason why those forms are like that, you explain this is what is expected when they are saying this. This is what they're expecting. So yes, it's a maze that people need to be guided through.
What is the most common problem that you have observed for people trying to apply for visas?
Okay. Lack of understanding of the process.
Lack of understanding of the process.
Yes. Thinking, for instance, now, the most common thing around here is, if I have a lot of money in my account, and you do not know that the consular officer will now be asking, how much are you paid? How much you earn in a month? And then you have these millions in your account, the source of funds. Another thing is misrepresentation.
Misrepresentation.
Yes, misrepresentation, lying to consular officers. If you don't have, you do not have. Yes. So I feel that if people understand the process, they will know that there's no need for me, if I'm going for an interview, to go and borrow money and, lodge it into my account. We call it sudden cash inflow.
Sudden cash inflow. Because
inflow.
I was going to ask you about that, because that's a very common thing.
Yeah. So if I understand the process very well, I should know that if I'm earning 10,000 naira per month, I should not have millions in my account. How am I going to account for it?
Explain it.
Yes, the source of the funds. So most of the time, it is lack of understanding that make people do that. And they say, oh, if you don't have all of this money, wealth is not... Wealthy people are denied visas every day.
Wealthy people are denied.
Oh, yeah.
With a lot of money in their account.
Yeah. So if it is money matter, and I talked a lot about misrepresentation because it's the issue that we have in our country here concerning visa processing. If you don't have, I will say it again, you don't have. Don't lie to consular officers. Don't say stuff that you cannot support.
Let me flip the money thing, because it's also commonly, it's out there on the streets that if you don't have money in your account, you'll be denied visa. Is that true? Is that...
If you cannot, you can say it this way.
Okay.
If you cannot afford that trip, it is a red flag. It is something that tells the consular officer, okay, let's say per annum now. Yes, let's say per annum now, you are earning 1 million naira per annum. And you want to go on a trip where you will spend 500,000 naira. As a consular officer, I should think that, why do you want to use half of your annual income to go on a 2-week trip? So maybe you're not going on that 2 week. Maybe this is not about a 2-week trip. Maybe this is something else. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, you want to see that the applicant can
afford it. You can afford this trip.
Either himself or sponsored, right?
No, that's another issue.
Yeah, because that's
an adult, and these are nuances that I talk about to the other party too, the embassies too, about visa processing. Truly here, you can get sponsored. You can get someone to sponsor you. Your brother can sponsor you. But this is where cultural nuances come in between us and the people that we are going to these visa interviews with. It is not something that they are going to sit down and send their brother with thousands of dollars or thousands on vacation. It is not done there. So it's not done. So it will be difficult for the consular officer to understand, for instance, why you want to send your nephew to school, why are you going to pay all of that school fee. Whereas here, it is done.
Yeah, you can send your nephew, your niece,
or whoever. Yes. So what I always advise people to do is maybe like a kind of a deed of gift. Maybe like kind of a deed of, but not towards the time that you're going for that interview. Okay, you are going for that interview, and then your brother now go and dump like 2 million naira. Maybe a deed of gift, something that you have had for this reason, for that reason. Yes. Yes.
Wow. Well, time is not our friend. So much packed in. Everything is in here.
Yes.
Where can people get this?
Okay, they can get it at bookstores, and we have them in our office too at 5 Millennium Estate in Bagada. Okay. The address and everything is on the book.
Okay, all right, fantastic. I'm sure we can share this with our viewers on our social media. Okay. So we'll be eager to find out the secrets locked in here. The Visa Whisperer, tips and secrets from immigration expert. Thank you for sharing this with us, and thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us on Channels Book Club.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
A lot packed in there. Just get a copy of this book. It's not big. It's easy to read. You can just pick a chapter that is interesting and read. For all of you out there who have been thinking of getting a visa to America, to the UK, to South Africa, to wherever. Nigerians are always trying to travel. So you will find this very interesting. It's a one-stop book, The Visa Whisperer. So much packed in there. But before we go today, an 11-year-old has written and published a book. You had me right. 11. So some of you out there are in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s, you've not written any book. Wake up. This girl challenges us. So go out there, write your own book, publish it. Get on with it. She's 11. She's written a book. She's a star. Enjoy this.
Storytelling.
The children in St. Saviour's School have always made us proud. And this is just an example. Our children are hardworking, they are focused, and they are ambitious.
In his keynote address, the head teacher of St. Saviour's School, Craig Heaton, commends Angel for making the transition from reading stories to creating one of her own, describing her achievement as an inspiration to other young learners.
This book is more than paper and print. It represents discipline, perseverance, countless moments of thinking, writing, editing, and believing. Behind every finished line lies the courage to begin that line. And that is perhaps the greatest lesson we all can learn today.
It is also a proud moment for the director of Wooden Tots Nursery School, Yinka Wobo Pierce, who reviews the book ahead of its official launch, highlighting the young author's creativity and imagination.
The book's title, A Painted Life, hints at the central thread of this fictional story. Angel uses language skillfully to describe events, clearly, and evoke emotions as readers follow Emily's story. As Emily's life unfolds, her thoughts, actions, and choices are shaped by her sense of self, which is sadly influenced by the words and actions of those around her. With each new chapter, readers turn the page hoping for a better path for Emily and her family.
On behalf of society, the St. Saviour's Schools, especially St. Saviour's School in Ikoyi, the parents, the teachers, and for the betterment of humanity, it's our pleasure to unveil the book, A Painted Life.
My class teacher, Ms. Folashade Savage, she told me that she believed I could write and publish a book, and I took the idea on and I decided to start writing this book, and now I'm here today.
I think parents should always encourage their children. As your kids grow, you would observe certain natural gifts that they have. You just encourage them along that line, and that's what we've done.
The word belongs to the reader. When a child reads, when you read, you discover more, you know more things than others that don't even read. So I think parents should make sure that the kids love reading and love studying outside the school.
The occasion serves as a reminder that age is no barrier to creativity, courage, and meaningful storytelling.
11. I hope you found that inspiring. 11 already doing it. You can imagine how many she would have written by the time she's 30. Well, wake up. Those of you who have always been saying, I want to write a book, I want to write a book for years. Start writing that book. You can even start tonight, you know. Just start writing. All right, this is where we have to draw curtains. This is where we have to end the show. As always, we'll be very delighted to get your feedback through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.